Yo, this is G-Eazy, Young Gerald, and you're checking out hotnewhiphop.com right here with Baker.
What's good, everybody? It's your boy Baker with hyphy.com. Today, I'm with a producer, a songwriter, a rapper. He is from Oakland, California. He went to Loyola University in New Orleans. You can either call him Young Gerald, or you might know him by G-Eazy. What's going on, G-Eazy?
Man, feeling good, dude. This tour is crazy.
So we are on From the Bay to the Universe tour.
Well, yeah, just trying to, wave our flag on the moon, trying to wave our flag on Saturn, trying to wave our flag on Mars and Jupiter. You feel me? Just taking, this base shit everywhere. I think it's kind of like, a dream we've all kind of had forever. So I just wanted to put a tour together of all Bay Area artists.
That's what I was going to say. So you got Kehlani on the tour, you got Cool John, and you got Jay Ant. So how did that come about? Because you went on tour with I'm Super 4.
Right. I mean, what's dope is I fuck with all of them. And we're all just friends. Like, so, I hit up Kehlani or Cool John and be like, yo, like, I'm putting together this tour. I was finishing up the first leg with E40 and I Am Still.
Okay.
I'm like, yo, we're about to go back out. Like, come and fuck with me. You know what I mean? Like, I think this would be dope. Like, I just want to bring y'all on the road. Like, I think, you know what I mean? Like showcasing different styles and different sides or whatever would be a dope idea. And they're just like, hell yeah. You know what I mean? Like, and it just came together and it clicked and it made sense. And, it's really, you don't always get that, whether not everybody's into it or not or everybody loves it. It's like, you don't always get that of like a tour, like of all artists from one area. You know what I mean? And what's crazy is for us, like we just left New York. We played two nights at Webster Hall. Sold out. And I'm like, this is all Bay Area artists. You know what I mean? We're out here in New York City on the East Coast, so far from home. So it just feels good, man. It's just like it's a positive feeling. It's a blessing to be out here. And, it's just, for me, to be in this position to be like, yo, these are artists that I'm not only friends with, but I am a fan of. You know what I mean? And we're all from the area that's like, it's dope to see something come together,
And it's pretty cool because right now we in D.C. It was a sold-out show. Mm-hmm. But not only we in D.C., you are at the legendary 930 Club, bro.
Yeah.
And you bought out Shot Glizzy tonight. You bought out Gold Link tonight. So you showed the city love. But how does it feel knowing that you performed here and then you was here before?
Right. Nah, what's the joint around the corner? The Bohemian Cavern?
Oh, yeah, it is.
Is that it? Yeah, that's the name?
It is.
So that's the first place I ever performed in D.C., man. And I kid you not, it was maybe like, 7, 8, 9 people in the crowd, bro. Hey, but, I don't know, man. I've always admired the area and had, had love for that. So it feels good to come back now, after all these years and everything to have a night like tonight underneath this legendary roof. And it was a cool little shindig we had tonight, man. Cool. Yeah.
For those who don't know, you actually started posting music back in the MySpace days in 2007, but now you got different platforms as far as SoundCloud and just social media. But how has it impact you because you're reaching different fans from different areas just because of all the new outlets that you can post your music and stuff on?
I mean, from day one, from the MySpace days, from even prior to that to SoundClick. I don't even know if most of y'all don't probably remember SoundClick, but that was prior to MySpace. That was like 05, 06. I was making my beats and recording little homemade songs or whatever. And me and the homies were doing this shit, posting it to SoundClick. And I remember back then I used to think all I ever wanted was a platform.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like an audience of people who were listening, who cared, and just to have that as a blessing. And that's why it's I like to showcase, you know what I mean? Like share that platform with shit that I fuck with. Right. You know what I mean? And say I like this. I'm about to, you know what I mean? Share this with the shit that I'm a fan of. You know what I mean? So it's bringing my homies with me on tour. You know what I mean? Bringing them on stage, or reaching out to a Shot Glizzy or something like that. Exactly. I'm, you know what I mean? That's my shit. I love that song, bro. I need them on stage. Bring them out. Or you know what I mean? Telling Kehlani, yo, you're a fucking star. You're killing it. I want to, you know what I mean? Bring you on the road. it's just, I don't know, just getting to like, now that you have this platform, it's not just for, it's to be, take that opportunity
And
and
keep
do the most with it
expanding.
and
Exactly.
expand. Yeah.
So like last year you dropped your debut album. These things happen. And of course you went on tour last year too. And your album debuted #3 on the top 200. So how was it getting that reception and getting the love from that album? Like you put out mixtapes, you put out EPs and stuff like that.
Yeah. I mean, this is a moment of validation for, you do something for so many years. We were just talking about SoundClick. And you work so hard at something, believing in it, but at the same time, the outside world maybe not necessarily.
Okay.
Like not getting the return of what you put into it. Like spending countless hours, long nights, whatever, working on the music and putting it out and, just being like, pfft. So to finally after these years, put out a project and, and for it to be received like that and to see those numbers and the fans went out and actually like bought a copy in stores or on iTunes or whatever, like it's just validation that like, hey man, I wasn't psychotic and crazy all these years when I believed in this. You know what I mean? Because you couldn't tell me we wouldn't be here, even when it looked foolish. It's like, Brad, it's not working. You know what I mean? Like you've been working for a while, it's not working. Like I always like knew, or just had confidence like that it would materialize. So it's validation.
And then you had E40 on the album, and that's iconic because y'all both from the Bay Area. And like when he dropped My Ghetto Report Card, the whole hyphy wave was all over on this side. I was trying to get hyphy and me. And
we talk about 2006 a lot, like especially on this tour between like Jay and Cool John and everybody. Like, you know what I mean? That was one of the biggest years of our lives, really. Like that year, the whole world spotlight was cast on the Bay Area. You know what I mean? The hyphy movement was the biggest thing we had since, you know what I mean? Like it was like all of a sudden all this attention was on hyphy. And you had pioneers like E40, at the forefront, again, showcasing our culture, like our area's sound.
Exactly.
And you know what I mean? Like you got Keith Sneak and, Mr. Fab and the late Mac Dre and, obviously Too Short and all this stuff going on in the Bay. And all of a sudden, like, the world was paying attention.
Exactly.
And we've long been a bubble, an island, you know what I mean? And that was a hell of a year, man. That inspired me, like,
And of course, the West Coast is still on. Like, I want to see a collab with you, YG, DJ Mustard, and Ty Dolla $ign.
Oh yeah, that's necessary, man.
That would be a dope collab. Right there.
That'd be crazy. But it's all love, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
We're all one coast, so.
And I heard the new track that you got, I Might.
Oh yeah.
K Camp and P-Lo, and I'm like, all right, so he brought this Cali swag to the ATL.
Yeah.
How did that whole collaboration come about?
K Camp, man, we connected sometime before that on something. And then here's the thing, like, I'm always a proponent or a fan of collabing when it makes sense creatively. Not like, oh, I know so-and-so, I could probably get so-and-so on a verse, you know what I mean? Woo, woo, like, whatever. Like, I got this relationship, so I'm about to, you know what I mean? Right. It's a vibe, man, and if the song's not right, then why? If the time's not right. And, we had talked about doing some work or whatever, and then that song came, and it was like, yo, this is the one. Let's you know what I mean? He dropped a verse, and then I think like the next day we put the song out. It was, you know what I mean? It had been a while since we just made some shit and just put it out. Like, yeah.
Yeah, I heard it, and I just kept saying, I might just fuck you up.
He said, bought a new whip, bought a new home, bought a new lip, stuff for the dome. He gassed that shit. Shouts out to K Camp, man. That's my bro.
And then, of course, you got this track, Tumblr Girls, right? So when I first heard the track, I'm like, okay, we have the Instagram girls that's on Instagram putting up a front, but you still in the parties, and then we got the girls that's on Twitter that you do it for the followers, you do it for the retweets.
Yeah. Slide in the DMs. Nah, Tumblr Girls, what I'm talking about is sometimes I just get on my Tumblr dashboard or whatever and just scroll, and it's just like the blogs I follow, it's just like the baddest bitches. You know what I mean? Whether
Right.
it's 40 Ounce Van or whether it's whatever, it's like you scroll through these pages of girls that it's like, oh my God. And it's like you don't know who these people are. You know what I mean? They're strangers, and you make up these stories of like who these characters could be or whatever. It's just like unanimous people. You know what I mean?
Just
Like
going off the
ambiguous
picture.
people. Yeah, on you know, and I was just, I don't know. That's where the title came from. And it's just telling stories about, you know, these girls in big cities who, you know, party and go out and love the lifestyle and being seen and, you know what I mean, the clubs and the drinking and this, you know what I mean, the scene
Right.
and everything. And, you know, just made the story around that.
And the video will be dropping for that song.
Yeah, the video drops tomorrow.
Exactly.
As
So-
of today, whatever today is, whatever day of the week or whatever day of the month it is, they told me it comes out tomorrow. Yeah.
All right, so before we go, I want to play a quick game from you. I'm from the East
Mhm.
Coast, you from the West Coast.
Yeah.
So I'm going to give you some topics, but you got to tell me who has the better, West Coast or East Coast.
Okay.
Females, West Coast or East Coast.
God, you're killing me, bro. But man. I just left New York, and them girls in Soho are crazy. I'm gonna say East Coast right now.
All right, food, East Coast, West Coast.
West Coast.
Clothes.
I mean, they got the, you know what I mean. They got the same high end shit I be fucking with in New York or you feel me, in the Bay or LA. So it could go either way. But New York is New York, you know.
Yeah, and the last thing, who has the best weed?
Oh, come on,
I already
man.
know what you're going to say.
Come on, man.
The West Coast.
I'm gonna say Amsterdam, bro. I'm going back to Amsterdam. I had a hell of a time out there, man. Enjoying what Amsterdam has to offer, you know? You feel me?
All right, so before we go, let everybody know where to check you out on all your social media.
Yeah. You know, follow me, G_EAZY. Or just, you know, look at your girlfriend's most recent follows or something. I don't know. You know,
You
if
say
you're a
you
hater,
might.
you're not going to follow me anyway, regardless. You know, if you fuck with me and you're a fan, then you probably already follow me, and I appreciate the support. You know what I mean? And if, you know, so it's good.
Hey, and that's a wrap. This is Baker. That's G-Eazy. And make sure you go check out the tour before it ends. From the Bay to the Universe. And
To
if
the
you don't
universe,
have that
man.
album, these things happen.
They do.
Make sure you go get it. And yeah, that's a wrap.
Tragedy that happened today, you know, early this morning. You know, the co-founder of ASAP Worldwide, Yams, my brother, he passed away this morning. You know, we got through it with the show and everything like that, but you know, I'm kind of hurt still. So, yeah, that's how I'm doing.
Yeah, I just want to say my condolences on behalf of myself and Hot New Hip Hop, man.
No doubt, appreciate that.
Rest in peace to ASAP Yams.
Yeah,
So today is the last day of the Best Coast Connection Tour with you, YG.
right.
And it was like a week tour.
Like they'll be like, "Oh, you're Pell, yeah," and I'll be like, "Nah, it's just Pell." I'm really just somebody who's chill and smooth, and I'm inspired by like the little things in life, and it definitely shows in my music, I hope. My favorite collab that I've done thus far is actually with Ludwig Göransson. He produces for Childish and various other people. He does like he scores movies. He just scored the new Top 5 for Chris Rock. But he's really talented, and he taught me a lot about where you can actually take your creative energy and channel it into Ableton, which is what he uses. But like he's very talented. But I've been blessed to work with Boldy James, who I know